At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. Global superstar and comedy sensation Kevin Hart returns for his 5th Netflix special, Acting My Age.
I'm not the same man that I used to be. I go down the stairs sideways. Go ahead, you in a rush? Go around.
With a fresh perspective on life, family, and getting older.
Older you get, the less you can have. Is it sesame seeds on that bun? Get it out of here!
Kevin's bringing his signature high-energy humor and physical comedy in a true return to his stand-up origins. Watch Kevin Hart, Acting My Age, now streaming only on Netflix.
Welcome to The Last Show. I'm David Cooper, and we are joined here in New York for a lovely evening, the final evening, in person with our foreign correspondent, Tony Five, a Brit who has visited Canada, Toronto. He did not go up the Seattle Space Needle, or as some people call it, the CN Tower, and now we are back in where I live. Tony Five is his name. Tony, welcome to the show.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, I'm talking here. I'm back in New York City, having been in Toronto.
Wow, you can speak Canadian English and American English.
Thank you very much. I am bisexual, as you know. And fantastic time. Canada, amazing. Had a great time. Couldn't go up the Space Needle. Couldn't see the bay leaves. But I will come back. I think I'd like to come back in March or April. I still have my fantasy tourist idea, which is like this dream of living with a female Mountie.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were bi. Never mind.
Well, yeah, in Toronto somewhere, by Lake Titicaca, is it?
No, that's in South America.
Well, whatever. Give or take. But I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I met the most amazing people. I love your hometown, and I love your adopted hometown.
You met a lot of people we work with on the show. One person who's on our podcast only, Dan Riskin, Science Man. He heard you on the show the other night. We were talking about meeting the former mayor of Toronto.
Okay.
He was jealous. For those who don't know Dan Riskin, he used to host a show called Daily Planet. And I think the best part about meeting with him is he came to our dinner a little bit drunk. And when someone who's obsessed with evolutionary biology is a little bit lit, I mean, he wasn't wasted.
Yeah.
But he had enough booze in him to have a little extra excitement.
I have never seen a science correspondent be so excited about bats or birds. Everything we spoke about over dinner related somehow to bats and birds. He was what I would call effervescent. And I didn't know, I'm really bad at spotting people who are drunk. And you just I just thought this guy's amazing in person.
He wasn't drunk. He was a few drinks in, I'll say.
Merry.
He was very merry. A science person merry is a sight to behold for anyone. Just go to your local university bar and
get them hammered.
Get them hammered and ask them about bats and birds, I think, and you'll have the same experience.
He was so effervescent, and he was brilliant, and very good-looking man as well.
One great disappointment, as I understand it, was that you did not get to see a raccoon in Toronto. Everyone had promised you. Maybe it was just too cold because it was snowing and stuff.
So correct. Everybody, the first sort of questions people asked me was, have you seen a raccoon? Have you seen a raccoon? And I couldn't work out. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was an inside joke, being in Toronto. But actually, I asked you recently and you said, yeah, they're kind of everywhere.
They're everywhere.
And they're quite aggressive, right?
And they're like a forbidden panda because they're so cute you want to go and pet them. And they're so used to people that they're somewhat approachable.
Okay.
But once you get you say meters, not feet. Once you get 3 meters away, then the Jekyll, the hide, the hissing comes out.
And will they jump you and scratch you?
I mean, they're aggressive. Yeah, you don't want to mess with them.
And they've got little bandit faces. They look cute, right?
They do look adorable.
Speaking of which, my friend, I'm not only the foreign correspondent, but I am the chief institution here of bringing raccoon news, my friend.
All right, let's go to Hanover County in Virginia and discuss a raccoon bandit, a literal bandit, who broke into a booze store and ransack the place. Everyone calls them trash pandas, but this raccoon was acting kind of trashy with the booze, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, this is an inebriated raccoon. He was drunk, David. He broke into this liquor store, which we call like off license in the UK. Liquor store does sound very funny whenever you say that.
Why do you call it an off license?
Because you needed to be licensed. Anyway, we're diverting subjects, but you need to be licensed to sell alcohol in the UK. So that would be like your pub or restaurant.
Okay.
But a store, which is kind of like your liquor store, is off license. So they have an off license to be able to sell liquor
off the premises.
Correct.
For consumption off the premises.
Nice, eh? Did you like that?
Yeah.
You learned something, David.
We got to be a little bit educational for regulatory purposes to qualify as a news show, and I think we just hit our bar. But back to Hanover County, this raccoon busts into a liquor store. When authorities are called, there are broken bottles and booze everywhere along the aisle, but no raccoon to be found.
Correct.
And then the cops went.
They went to the bathroom and he was laid down flat, like face flat, between the toilet and the sink. It is the best picture ever. Immediately you think that he might be dead, but he's not. He was drunk and sleeping. And I don't know how they sort of assumed he was drunk. They should have breathalyzed him.
Does the raccoon have to go to RAA, Raccoon Alcoholics Anonymous? Anyway, an official statement. This is an official police statement.
Correct.
I always wonder what these small county police departments are doing, but they say the officer safely secured our masked bandit and transported him back to the shelter to sober up before questioning. This is an official police comms person that made that statement.
Absolutely.
I feel like they're making law enforcement more fun than it actually is.
Well, a police officer, do you think he should be up for like commendation, like services to raccoons?
And do you get thrown, that could make the drunk tank, you know, when you get arrested?
Oh my goodness. There would be like prostitutes, drug dealers, and a drunk raccoon all together, right?
I mean, I feel like those prostitutes and drug dealers could then sue for the rabies that they got. So it's maybe a liability. I would understand why they wouldn't put a raccoon in there.
Controversial, David. Why did you out the raccoon as having rabies?
Oh, true. Yeah, that's very raccoonist of me.
I think you might have to issue an apology to all the raccoon kind, right?
Yes, I should. But maybe not this raccoon, because after a few hours of sleep and 0 signs of injury, he was safely released back into the wild. Wow, it's a happy ending.
Well, definitely, but I feel that the raccoon might have developed a problem. And what if he goes back? That would be amazing. If he went back with a group of buddies, that would be a story and a half.
That could be a raccoon bachelor party. I mean, if you can look this story up, Hanover County raccoon, the raccoon passed out in the toilet between like the toilet bowl and the trash, just like arms spread out, just passed the out, I think it's a great photo.
Have you ever been that drunk where you've passed out on the toilet floor between a toilet and a sink, like face down?
Yes.
Wow. So you and that raccoon have got a lot of similarities.
Well, I am over 6 years sober, and I would recommend to this raccoon the same path. It could be a wake-up call, like waking up in the toilet next to a pile of your own, don't want to say because it's too gross, as an alcoholic. There's a few moments in my life where that happened, and they certainly aren't my finest.
Well, this is a therapy occasion. We could get Gary Dierenfeld, who could give him counseling.
Who's coming on later in the show.
Perfect. And yeah, Gary, me, and you could try and get the raccoon on air and find out what led him to like. This guy could be going through some serious problems.
Certainly could. Tony, it has been an absolute joy having you here in New York, having you in Canada in person. I've enjoyed every minute, even when we've bickered like an old married couple, because that's what close friends do. That is a real close friendship. Thank you for visiting. I hope you had a nice trip.
David, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to you, Miranda, everybody I've met, everybody I stayed with, your brother and his husband specifically as well. I have felt so welcome here. I've had a really great time, and the opportunity to see people in Canada, the people that we work with that I only ever sort of see remotely, was amazing. So I had a great time. I'll be back in the new year, I hope.
I'm just shocked that my brother's gay. Does his husband know?
No, nobody knows.
Okay, good.
Your whole family doesn't know? I didn't think you knew. I think I might have let it out at dinner when they were holding hands.
And it was nice to have you here, like on the continent where our listeners are. And I'm sure people appreciated hearing about your journey.
I think so. Yeah, it'd be nice. And if anybody wants to come to the UK, let me know.
All right. Tony's address is 123 London Street, London, England. Tony, a joy it was. Tony 5 is our foreign correspondent. Thank you for being here.
Hey, good night. Bye.
Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.